Harem was a room in the house, which only the host, his sons and special servants were allowed to enter. In ancient times there were endless bloody wars and thousands of men died on the battlefield. That is why men were trying to make as many women pregnant as possible in order to make flourish the generation. Therefore take two concubines from their conquered territories. Archaeological excavations indicate that the 3rd millennium BC is an approximate date for the appearance of harems. The most famous harems are the ones of Ottoman Empire, but the Turks were not of the first in the business. The Ottomans saw harems in the Christian Byzantium, where they came to conquer Constantinopole. 3,000 of women lived there. This number included young concubines, old women who watched there, and slaves. Of course, the number of wives depended on the richness of the sultan. She-girls were beauty to the harems at the age of 5-6 years to be sure of their physical and moral beauty, and in order to make them ready for their future harem. The concubines were demanded to be beautiful, intelligent, educated, and good-mannered. To achieve this, all the women taught their music, dance, calligraphy, and history lessons. When the girl came of age, she was shown to the great vizier. If the appearance or mental disadvantages were not found, she got the status of potential and concubine. Not all the girls were taken in the harems by force. Often parents signed a contract for the huge amount of money and reject all the rights for the child. Moreover, some parents were staying in the queue and begged for the daughter to be under the host protection. Sometimes it was the only way to survive for the family. The girls were looked for all around the world. The most appreciated were Circassians, the so-called beauties from the North Caucasus, and Slavs. The most famous Slavs was Roxolana, a concubine and then a beloved wife of Suleiman the Magnificent. Many young women were from Africa. The girl of any nationality could become a part of Sultan's harem. Women often lost their lives because of the whim of their overlords. Sultan Ibrahim ordered to put all his beloved concubines in the box and throw them in the barrows, as he had a king a brave during one of his vengeance. Suleiman the Magnificent executed his second most important concubine, Gulfrem Khatun, as the dead not to come to his room at night. Some were accused of theft, some of shameless behavior, which could consist of the fact that the woman spoke loud that expected. The others were accused of treason. So the fate of the offense was either complete disappearance of execution. Nevertheless, the relations of the concubines with the owner of the harem were understandable, as there always was a strict order. The concubines one by one showed their skills to the master, and then he chose the on which whom he wanted to split the bed. The girls slept as much as they wanted, ate delicious dishes, and had expensive drinks. The wardrobe of each of them could be envied by modern society, but the concubines who were left without any tension fell into depression without understanding their destination. The internal order of the harem allowed them to live the golden cage. If after 9 years they did not become the wife of the sultan, Then they were released by being married to wealthy official, generously gifted as a goodbye present. Many of us believe that the harem is a relic of the past, and in the modern world this phenomenon is absent. Talking about the present harems, we can point out the beginnings, on which consist of 900 of concubines, which belongs to the pirate band Bell. The second one includes 700 of women and owned by the Sultan of Brunei. Some women never spilled the bed with the master, they only dance and entertain him. Saddam Hussein became a part of the history as he had a harem of 500 women. Only in small Africa country, Swaziland, tens of thousands half-naked girls dance in front of King Swaziland Maswati III, hoping to become his next wife.